Good morning, beloveds. We're in for some severe weather, so I encourage you to stay dry and safe. And then we're going to get some cooler weather, which I will very much enjoy because, turning on my AC in December, not really part of my program here. I like to leave my AC off from November to March. If I can get it to May, but lately I haven't been able to do that. So, okay. It is December 13th. Our title is I Bestow Love Upon Everything. Our first quote is, "The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes." And that is Psalm 19:7 and 8. The second quote is, "But love will be God, the God of mercy, vouchsafe to those who believe and do the things that are right." And that is from the Quran, which should tell you this is an Ernest Holmes reading. Or the title might have told you that. We are made perfect in the law when we enter into communion with the divine love that is in all people and in all experiences. Love is the fulfillment of the law. That is, we never can make the most perfect use of the law unless that use is motivated by love. Since a sincere desire to express unity, harmony, and by a sincere desire to express unity, harmony, and peace. As the true artist weds themselves to the essence of beauty, imbibing its spirit that they may transmit it to the canvas, or awaken its form in cold marble, we must wed ourselves to the essence of love that we may imbibe it and transmitting it give loveliness to all events. We should not hesitate to express our appreciation for people, things, and events. There is too little enthusiasm about life. We sacrifice hope on the altar of unbelief and fail to extract the essence of reality from the invisible because we refuse to rejoice in our apparently trivial human relationships. Love will not remain abstract. Its power of transmutation in human events comes only as we catch its vision and mold it into human experience. Today I bestow the essence of love upon everything. I meet the universal love in everyone. Nothing of God is ugly. Everything is beautiful and meaningful. This love is a healing power, touching everything within wholeness, healing the wounds of experience with its balm. Ernest Holmes. If you didn't know, it's definitely an Ernest Holmes reading. But I think I just came to an understanding that I hadn't had before. So this is a big moment for me. Okay, first off, he says we are made perfect in the law when we enter into communion with the divine love. Okay, remember that perfect means whole, not flawless. Okay, so that's the first thing. If we remember that perfect means whole, that means it's all included. When we try and define perfect as flawless, it gets messy. So perfect means whole. But, okay, love is the fulfillment of the law. I've always wondered about that. I was like, because that's what Ernest says. And Jesus actually says that I came to fulfill the law in love. And so what did he mean? Well, Ernest just explains it right here. That is, we can never make the most perfect use, the whole use of the law, unless that use is motivated by love. So it's not, okay, love is the fulfillment of the law. Basically, when we use the law, which is how we manifest things, in love, that is when we are making the most use of the law. And I talk about that on a regular basis, about how we check ourselves, how we manifest ourselves. It's like, do you want to know if something's good or not? How many people does it benefit and who does it hurt? All right. So we talk about being in alignment with the qualities of God. Well, if the ultimate quality of God can be pinned down to love, then if we want to make the most use of the power, the presence, the life, the law then we use it in love. We are going to get far more out of this human experience if we do it in love. If we seek love above all else. Now, when I say seek love above all else, let me remind you that love does not give until there's nothing left, okay? Let's talk about loving kindness. Let's talk about that idea of tough love. Let's talk about love being subjective. The object of our love have their own thoughts and feelings. And so there are times when no is a complete sentence, okay? So, that if we want to make the most use of the law, if we want to make the most use out of this experience that we are having as human beings, spiritual beings, as human beings, then the more we can do in love, the better. Okay? Now that does not mean that we are giving everything away. That does not mean we are pouring from empty cups. Because absolutely making the most use of that means loving ourselves too, which means taking care of ourselves. Self-care is love. And self-love is one of the best things that you can do. Because when I talk about the spiritual practice of love, kindness, and compassion, and I talk about you as your best test subject, well, the same thing. When you learn to love yourself, you are practicing on yourself. You learn, you get immediate feedback. Well, is this loving? Is this kind? Is this compassionate to myself? Well, if it is, then I can maybe practice this on somebody else. Now, not everything that is loving, kind, and compassionate to myself is loving, kind, and compassionate to other people. So, there's that awareness. And that's one of the reasons why I love that in Science of Mind we talk about consciousness. So, my mind-blowing come to the fulfillment of what that Ernest was talking about, because I'm going to go back to it, is that line. Love is the fulfillment of the law. That is, he says we can never make the most perfect use of the law unless the use is motivated by love. We make the most use of the law when we are motivated by love. That is how the law love is the fulfillment of the law. Because we make the most use of it. We are at our best when we are motivated by love. We are at our best when we are motivated by love. That is how the law is fulfilled. It's utmost by love. I'm going to go away and think about that now. Okay? So, the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to be motivated by love. It's to be motivated by love. And remember what I said. No is part of love. So, it doesn't mean, it's not asking you to give until you have nothing left. That is not loving. It is not loving for yourself. Okay? So, make sure that everything is motivated by love. And that includes yourself. Which means the next part of this is the loving, kind, compassion. The spiritual practice of doing loving, kind, compassionate things for yourself. Practice on yourself. As I said, you are your best test subject. You get more immediate feedback right there about love, kindness, and compassion. And it is absolutely about self-care. I've never made anything else other than reminding you, this is about self-care. If you're going to make the most of this world, you have to take care of yourself. Put the oxygen mask on yourself before you help your neighbor. Okay? So, practice on yourself. But it is also about making room for joy. That's why the practice is, take a deep breath before you speak. That's the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do for both yourself and who you're speaking to. Because then you are responding instead of reacting. So, absolutely. Now, I also believe in, where did my thoughts just go? Eating dessert first. Going for a walk. Taking a nap. I'm a big believer in naps. I love naps. all that kind of stuff. Calling a friend, texting a friend randomly, and that makes no sense whatsoever. That's a nice one. Random acts of kindness, random acts of gratitude, just random text to say, hey, that is loving, kind compassion for yourself. That brings you into alignment with the qualities of God. That brings you into the more full use of the law. Just kind of really excited about that. So let's hope I remember it. And where was I? Oh, right. And I recommend the spiritual practice, and I remind you about it every day, because you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. When you practice this spiritual practice, you are plugging yourself into the source of your own being. When you plug into the source of your own being, you are plugging into an infinite source of love, kindness, and compassion. So when you meet people who need a little extra, including some days when you need a little extra, you're plugged in to an infinite source of it. It is always available, no matter what's going on. All right. I also encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like. I encourage you to drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain works better that way. And you come across amazing things like, oh, that's what that means. Yes. Yes. I graduated from practitioner training in 2010. I went into ministerial school in 2013. I graduated in 2017. And today is the day that I went, oh, that's what that means. It's cool. All right. Every day you can learn something new. Every day you can come a little bit higher in that spiral. It's like, at no time am I ever going to be satisfied that I know it all. I'm going to keep learning. So hydrate that brain. And get early in your day, bright light. It's going to be stormy here for the next couple of days. We're not going to see the sun again until Thursday. So artificial light works too. Absolutely. So get early in your day. It helps to reset those hormones. It absolutely will. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. It's called a circadian rhythm. Look it up. It's science. And in the words of Ernest Holmes, because he's where I got it from, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. What does it mean to open the windows of your soul? It can mean anything. I always envision it to those spring days or those fall days when you throw the windows up and that light breeze comes in and just kind of ripples across your arm, and it's comforting. And that's what it means to me when I say open the windows of your soul, because that light breeze that blows into your soul that just brings a little bit of comfort. And it can look like whatever. And sometimes it looks like a text from a friend. And sometimes it looks like a snuggle from a fur baby. And sometimes it's a hug from a friend. That's when we open the windows. And that's where we discover our superpower. That heaven is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. It is something that each and every one of us has the power to do when we activate the Christ consciousness, which, by the way, is activated by love, to create heaven around us all the time. When heaven ceases to be a place and becomes any place, that's how we make a world that works for everybody. So, it is possible. You have the power. All right. And you can always follow Emma's words. Look for the good and praise it. You want to find heaven? That's a good way to start. Okay. Here's the social media part. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. So please feel free to check those out. You never know what we are sharing. We did learn how to make TikToks. So yeah, check us out. And if you want to know what's going on with the center, you can always email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you the constant contact. And the hot links are hot. They'll take you where you want to go. And if they don't get you right to the information you want, they'll get you to the person that you need to get the information that you want. So up to and including the book studies that are going on, the classes that are coming up, the Yule Circle that is happening this Sunday, the Christmas Eve service that will happen on Christmas Eve. So, because we did move it to 5:30 instead of 7:30 or 7 o'clock because it's on a Saturday and nobody has to deal with rush hour traffic. So we were like, and it'll be dark. So, yeah. All right. And then that way we can all go home, get a good night's sleep, and come back for Christmas Day service. All right. So that's what is going on. Here's where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanting day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, a bestowing love day, a making the most use of the law day, a coming to an understanding day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a brilliant light. You are a godling. You are a divine spark. You are God in action. You are spirit in motion, in whom God is well pleased and well represented. I do remind you occasionally, you may be the only sacred text that a person ever reads. Show them the God that you believe in. All right? And the God that I believe in is love. So, all right. Oh, that is where we are. So, I'm going to encourage you no, I've done that. I do encourage you. I encourage you in whatever it is. And Spirit knows. And so, yeah. But what I was going to do is remind you that Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself and know that you are loved. All right? I will see you next time.